Poaching is illegal hunting or capture of animals that are not one's own. Though a more correct or legally Here is a more correct definition of poaching. It is defined as the illegal shooting, trapping, or taking of game, fish, or plants from private property, or from a place where such practices are reserved or forbidden. Make no mistake, this is a very serious problem with a very, very serious outcome. Animals are poached for their body parts, for the pet trade, as well as other reasons. When you look at the stats, it usually doesn't paint a pretty picture for the animals. Over 100,000 African elephants were killed between 2006 and 2015. Why? Because they have ivory. Poaching has been responsible for decreasing animal populations for quite some time. The good news is that many countries have bans limiting the ivory trade. But until all countries can crack down on the trade, elephants won't be safe. Rhino horns are in demand in China and Vietnam for traditional medicine. This medicine has not been proven to be effective against basically anything. Considering that the horn is made from the same material that our toenails and fingernails are made of, it makes little sense that their horns would have any medical use. On the other hand, some of these medicines were tested, and in some cases they were found to contain something very alarming. There were toxic elements found in the medicine, things like arsenic and lead. Let's take a look at poachers and rhinos. Poachers killed 586 African rhinos in 2023. That is one every 15 hours. Another animal that is being poached is the pangolin. They are killed for their meat, skin, and for their scales. There was a bust in 2019 in Malaysia where they found 61 live pangolins, 2,372 frozen ones, and 361 kilograms or 765 pounds of pangolin scales. I mentioned these facts to make a point that poaching is a serious problem. Killing an animal for their body parts for medicine is about as stupid as it sounds. I can understand needing to feed your family, but shipping the meat or the eggs out of country is no bueno. Still, elephants, rhinos, and pangolins are not the only ones that are poached. Sharks are being poached for their fins. It's believed that 73 to 100 million sharks are killed each year just for their fins. I've seen video of the fins being removed from a shark and their bodies just dumped back into the sea. Yes, I know, sharks can contain mercury within their muscle, but people still eat it. Seems like a waste. There is no respect given to these animals. We can do better. Even manta rays are not safe from poachers. Their gill rakers are taken for medicine as well. Big cats are poached, and some of it is for their fur, their body parts, for medicine, and in some cases the cubs are even taken from their mothers to be used as pets. One would guess that the mother is unalived to get the cubs. We can do better. I don't want to think about why they take some of these animals, but they do. Sea animals, such as sea turtles, are also poached, along with tortoises and freshwater turtles. If you take an animal from the wild to make it a pet, you are guilty of poaching. Just putting that out there because it's true. If you want a pet tarantula and you see WC next to the name, it is wild caught and should not be bought. If you go into a pet shop, ask if that animal that you want to buy is wild caught. And again, if it is, don't buy it. Wild animals taken from the wild can come with parasites and perhaps even trauma issues. There's a whole mix of animals that are being taken, and not all of them are taken for the pet trade. Animals may be taken for their meat, their eggs, their skins, shells, the pet trade, feathers, to be made into jewelry, sold as seashells, for medicine, for souvenirs, skins for the leather trade or the fur trade, and of course for medicine. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.